Lawan.
Ui, Musa tengok. Yang merah punya pokok. Tak tahu. Kenapa dia merah? Besar sangat. Kerut ke? Bukan hijau ah?
Welcome to this presentation of Nepenthes macrophylla, an extraordinary carnivorous plant native to Malaysia. Found only in the higher altitude forests of Mount Rasmadi, this rare species is part of the Nepenthaceae family. In the cool, misty habitat of mountain forests, Nepenthes macrophylla grows among mosses and other highland plants. This species adapts to nutrient-poor soils by trapping insects in its large pitcher-shaped leaf. The name macrophylla refers to its large leaf, which can grow over 30 centimeters long. These iconic pitchers serve as traps secreting nectar to lure prey. Once inside, insects are digested to provide essential nutrients. Today, Nepenthes macrophylla is considered a vulnerable species due to its limited range and habitat destruction. Efforts to protect the mountain forests of Sabah are vital for its survival.
Now we are going to see about the ecology and conservation status of Nepenthes macrophylla, a remarkable carnivorous plant found only on Mount Rasmadi in Sabah, Borneo. Nepenthes macrophylla is a tropical pitcher plant that inhabits mossy mountain forests along ridge tops at altitudes between 2,200 and 2,642 meters. This plant grows in nutrient-poor soils and relies on its large ribbed pitcher to capture and digest prey to supplement its nutritional needs. Its primary prey includes a variety of insects such as ants, flies and beetles, which are attracted by nectar secreted around the pitcher rim. Interestingly, Nepenthes macrophylla also exhibits opportunistic feeding behavior. Although insects are the main prey, larger animals like frogs and even rats can sometimes fall into its pitchers. These accidental captures provide a significant nutrient boost, demonstrating the plant's ecological adaptability in its challenging habitat. The climate in its habitat features extreme fluctuation, with daytime temperature reaching 30 degrees Celsius and nighttime lows of 5 degrees Celsius, accompanied by consistently high humidity. The summit of Mount Rasmadi is often shrouded in mist, creating the perfect conditions for the species. Nepenthes macrophylla occurs both terrestrially and epiphytically and is sympatric with other Nepenthes species such as Nepenthes lovi and Nepenthes tentaculata. Nepenthes macrophylla is classified as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List due to its extremely restricted distribution and declining in population. This species is limited to the summit region of Mount Rasmadi, which lacks strong protection compared to nearby Mount Kinabalu. Overcollection by plant enthusiasts and habitat disturbance caused by visitors have further depleted its number, making it one of the most endangered highland Nepenthes species in Borneo.
The first threat to the species is climate change. In fact, this large-leaf pitcher plant can tolerate only a narrow range in altitude. As mentioned before, it grows on the mossy ridges along Mount Rasmadi between the height of 2,200 to 2,600 meters that has high humidity and significant temperature fluctuations. And the peak of Mount Rasmadi is around 2,642 meters, so the narrow altitude range of the large-leaf pitcher plant stretches it nearly all the way to the summit of Mount Rasmadi. However, the Earth is predicted to experience an increase in temperature from time to time, and most living creatures will face a lot of challenges to adapt and survive. As temperature increases, the large-leaf pitcher plant would be forced to move higher within its limited altitude range, eventually reaching the very peak of Mount Rasmadi. But beyond that peak, there's nowhere left to go. With no cooler ground to retreat to, the species would be trapped, and if the mountaintop gets too warm, it could face extinction. Another major threat to Nepenthes macrophylla is the habitat loss and degradation. Even though the montane forests of Mount Trusmadi are remote, but they are actually not entirely safe from human activity. Therefore, activities like logging, agriculture, and infrastructure development in Borneo are gradually reducing these highland forests, which is the limited space where the pitcher plants can survive. This plant depends on nutrient-poor, mossy soils that found only in these high-altitude environments. It grows in sandstone soil, which is naturally low in fertility. When the forests are disturbed or cleared, it becomes much harder for this pitcher plant to grow, to reproduce, and also maintain a stable population. In such a small, fragile habitat, even minor disturbances can have a big impact on the survival of the plants. Last but not least, the overcollection and poaching that has also threatened the pitcher plant a lot. This is because this pitcher plant has very unique appearance and it is rare, causing a lot of plant collectors to have high desire for it. Additionally, there has been a rise in the use of pitcher plants as natural containers for cooking lemang, which is a traditional rice dish, and this trend has increased poaching pressure on wild populations as more plants are being collected for the purposes beyond horticulture. Since this Nepenthes macrophylla grows slowly and it depends on very specific environmental conditions, it is extremely difficult for the population to recover once these plants are taken.
One of the conservation actions in Malaysia to conserve Nepenthes macrophylla is legal protection. It is very important to implement and strengthen the laws and regulations prohibiting the illegal collection and sale of pitcher plants. The Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species CITES is one of the law-regulating international trade. Nepenthes macrophylla trade is tightly regulated because of its listing in CITES Appendix 2, which aids in preventing international trade. No one can house a plant protected by the law unless they have a plant collection license. However, only plants listed under the section of protected plants are protected by this license. The totally protected plants region is off limit to house them, and no permission will be granted for this reason. Local forestry and conservation authorities also conduct regular patrols to deter illegal activities such as poaching of Nepenthes macrophylla. Second conservation action is habitat conservation. In order to keep the natural habitat of Nepenthes, it is necessary to establish protected areas and reserves. Mount Trusmadi is the natural habitat of Nepenthes macrophylla. It is located within the totally protected area of Nuruhan Trusmadi Forest Reserve under the management of the Sabah Forestry Department. Logging, agriculture, and development are prohibited under the environmentally sensitive areas (ESA) classification. This is because Mount Trusmadi is a part of conservation efforts due to its ecological and environmental significance. In addition, protection and environmental factors must be balanced with the efforts of tourism development. Sabah, for instance, encourages ecotourism on Mount Trusmadi by permitting visitors under certain guides. This measure protect the ecosystem and at the same time earn income from tourism to support conservation activities. Third action is research and monitoring. Scientists and conservationists frequently survey the distribution of macrophylla in its natural habitat. This is helpful to understand the population size, health status, and possible dangers of Nepenthes macrophylla. For example, the Forest Research Institute Malaysia has conducted research on carnivorous plants, including Nepenthes, to enhance understanding and conservation efforts. Additionally, a partnership between scientists from Malaysia and Scotland has produced an environmental niche model that looks at the anticipated future of 4 plant species, including Nepenthes macrophylla, that thrive on Mount Trusmadi. Then this model and 2 climate change models are used to test the future population health status of these species in 2050. Another measure is assiduous conservation, which is the philosophy of preserving living things or endangered species away from their natural habitat. Planting endangered species in botanical gardens is the most direct assiduous management strategy. In order to maintain its genetic diversity, Nepenthes macrophylla is cultivated under careful monitoring in botanical gardens. Doing so can prevent the extinction of few pitcher plants.
Thank you so much.
Ah,